Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares a story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or on Instagram at justkeepswimming_podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. 1-3, probably doing some homework right now somewhere, so please make sure you root on to him as he continues to increase his education. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a quick message for you guys, and I just want to talk about know your signs. And I'm not talking about zodiac signs or like, you know, your Chinese New Year sign or nothing like that. It's more of with the mindset of know when the universe is talking to you. So I had a few examples to share with you guys on how I know when the universe is talking to me. And unfortunately, I can only speak for myself on this manner, but I hope that what I'm sharing resonate with you in some way, shape, or form, and you can understand where I'm coming from. So for me, when I know that the universe is talking to me, one thing that always happens is something will come in twos. So usually what will happen is I will hear the same piece of information from two different resources that are unrelated to each other, and it blows my mind when that happens every time. So one example I have for you is about watching chicken. So one day at work, we was having like our company Friday meetings when we have all our meetings and the whole teams are there and stuff. And I remember I walked into a room one time and randomly Miss Tasha just yelled out, "Hey AJ, how do you wash your chicken?" And I was like, the way my mom always taught me how to do it, just wash it with some, lukewarm water and, rinse it out. If there's any extra feathers, pull it out. And she was like, "You don't use lemon or lime?" I was like, "No, I would never told her to do that. Maybe vinegar, but that's it." She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're supposed to use lemon and lime to wash your chicken. That's how you make sure all the germs get off it and all that stuff." And I was like, that's very interesting. You taught me something new right now. But I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was just a normal conversation or, just a random question. But then a few days later, I was talking with Jess and she was talking about she needs to go get some lemons and lime so she can wash the chicken before she cooks. And I was like, "Y'all use lemon and lime to wash chicken?" She was like, "Yeah, doesn't everybody?" And I was like, "Nah, this is something I just learned like 2 days ago. And the idea that you're saying it right now is a sign to me that I need to start doing that, So like that's how I know when the universe is talking to me, because I would hear the same piece of information from two different sides. Like another example which happened today, which really made me want to write this episode, was talking with my therapist today. She gave me an amazing book that I should go check out, and the book is called Fawning. And if you don't know what the term fawning means, so if you ever heard of the term what happens in emergencies, people have three responses: flight, fight, or freeze. Fawning is the fourth choice that they don't ever teach you about or really talk about until recently, because fawning is the choice where you pretty much just kind of like roll over, or you just do whatever is needed to please the situation so you don't ruffle any feathers, so you kind of just agree even though you don't truly agree, but you just don't want to fight, so you just agree, or you just bite your tongue, or you just stop talking or whatever. You kind of just become in my term, defenseless in my mindset, but I have yet to read the book. I just got it suggested today, so please don't quote me on nothing. But the funny part is when she brought it up to me, I had to stop because last week when I was doing my connections puzzle through the New York Times app, fawning was one of the words that was listed inside the connections with flight, fight, or freeze. And I didn't know what that meant. So I decided to Google it right then and there just to understand what fawning was. And when I read it, I was like, this does partake to me. And then the irony that my counselor brought it up within a week later is really a sign to me that, okay, I really need to look into what is fawning and how it pertains to me and how I can stop doing that, to better my life and better my situations that I'm in. But, it was just crazy, the idea that this got brought up 2 times from 2 different resources that had nothing to do with each other, and that was my sign from the universe that, okay, I need to look into this. I've been asking for guidance, and out of nowhere, I get the same message 2 times. So it's like, okay, this must be the guidance I've been asking for. So let me figure out how to jump into it and really learn what I need to learn right now. So, it's kind of random. Like I said, I'm not sure if that happens to anybody else out there, because I understand that everybody has their own way of receiving messages from the universe, from your higher power, from your other self, whatever you like to call it. One thing I always learned from Adam's class, Mr. Adam from Adam, the amazing spiritual mentor, was how everybody has a different way here in the universe. Some people it's just a small nagging that may be in the back of your head that you can't get away from. Some people it may be the gut. Like for me, I am a spleno person, so I usually don't feel like deep ideas, but I can feel situations when I'm in the time when something doesn't feel right or it's not about to go right, or maybe I shouldn't go somewhere. I usually feel that in my gut or my spleen, and I start to question what I'm about to do. But, everybody has a different way of hearing, learning, seeing. And my challenge for you is to stop for a second. Let's be quiet with yourself and understand how you receive messages from the universe personally, because everybody has their own way of receiving these messages. Some people may receive them in dreams. Some people may receive them as they drive to work. Some people may, literally have another voice that talks to them that they can understand, distinguish from their self and their, whatever the case may be. Everybody has their own way, and my challenge for you is to stop and understand how when you need to, receive this message from the universe. How do you know when the universe is talking to you, So, like I said, all I can do is give my example, but I highly encourage everybody to stop, be quiet with yourself, and, look back at your past and figure out how you saw your examples so you can start to not miss them as you head off into this amazing future that we have coming, So, again, I hope that resonates with somebody. I know they may not resonate with everybody, but at the same time, I do believe that we all do receive messages, and we have to just learn how to hear them, how to receive them, and how to go along with them, So, let me know your thoughts on this message. I'm always open to comments, concerns, feedback, people, if you want to rebuttal, whatever it is, I'm down to hear it. I'm always willing to grow and learn. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and remember to just keep swimming.